writing variant equals standard ID equals 58241. Imagine a world where every birthday secretly changed the future of Earth. Sounds impossible, right? But hidden inside one simple idea is a number so massive it could reshape the planet. Right now, there are more than 3 trillion trees on Earth. That sounds comforting, until you discover we're destroying forests at a terrifying pace. Every single minute, an area of trees equal to 27 soccer fields disappears. While you're watching this video, entire sections of forest are vanishing. So here's the question. What if every person planted just one tree on their birthday? At first, it sounds insignificant. One tree, once a year, hardly enough to matter. But when you multiply that by billions of people, the numbers become almost unbelievable. There are nearly 8 billion people alive today. Every day, hundreds of thousands celebrate birthdays. If every one of them planted a tree, millions would be added to the planet every week. And trees aren't just decorations. They're oxygen factories, natural air conditioners, flood controllers, noise blockers, carbon absorbers, even property boosters. In other words, they're silently doing jobs worth trillions of dollars. But here's the strange part. Even planting billions of trees might not be enough. Scientists estimate that absorbing humanity's carbon emissions would require over 1.5 trillion additional trees. That's not millions, not billions, trillions. And suddenly, one birthday tree doesn't seem so small anymore. Because what starts as a simple tradition could become the largest environmental movement in human history. But that's not even the craziest part. The real challenge isn't planting the trees. It's where we'd put them. And that's when things changed. Here's where the story takes an unexpected turn. Let's say everyone actually commits to planting a tree every birthday. Could we really reach 1.5 trillion trees? Mathematically, yes. But physically? That's a completely different question. The average human lifespan is around 72 years. That means each person would plant roughly 72 trees during their lifetime. Multiply that across billions of people, and eventually the numbers add up. But here's the twist. To fit that many new trees, we'd need an area roughly the size of Asia, Europe, and Australia combined. Suddenly, the challenge isn't enthusiasm. It's space. And this is where it gets weird. Despite all the headlines about deforestation, Earth actually has more trees today than many people realize. Studies suggest there's enough suitable land to increase global tree coverage by nearly 1/3 without taking over cities or farmland. Sounds like a perfect solution. Except there's another catch. Trees don't work on human timelines. A massive forest planted today won't reach its full carbon-absorbing potential for decades. In fact, forests capable of offsetting huge amounts of emissions could take nearly 100 years to mature. 100 years. By then, the world's population could reach 11 billion people. What happens next changes everything. Because while we wait for forests to grow, cities continue expanding. Roads replace fields. Concrete replaces soil. And every new development puts more pressure on the natural systems we're depending on. The solution seems obvious. Plant more trees. But the deeper you look, the more complicated the puzzle becomes. And then comes the revelation nobody talks about. Most people think more trees automatically means a healthier planet. But nature rarely works that simply. As cities grow, trees become more valuable than ever. One mature tree can produce enough oxygen for 4 people. 100 million trees can remove millions of tons of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. They cool neighborhoods, lower electricity bills, reduce noise pollution, even improve mental health. In cities with over 1 million residents, temperatures can be up to 12 degrees hotter than surrounding rural areas. Trees fight that heat naturally. They create shade, release cooling water vapor, and act as giant living climate control systems. But here's the strange part. Too many trees can create unexpected problems. When trees experience stress from heat, drought, or insects, they release compounds called VOCs. These compounds can react in the atmosphere and contribute to pollutants like ozone and methane. It's a reminder that nature isn't a simple on and off switch. The answer isn't just planting endless forests. It's planting the right trees in the right places at the right time. And that's the real revelation. Saving the planet may not require one massive miracle. It may require billions of tiny actions happening consistently over generations. Right now, humanity loses more than 7 million hectares of forest every year. An area roughly the size of an entire country disappears annually. Governments debate. Corporations negotiate. Projects stall. But one action remains available to almost everyone. Planting a single tree. A small act. A tiny seed. A nearly invisible decision. Yet history has shown that the biggest transformations often begin with the smallest choices. So here's the question nobody can answer yet. If every birthday became a promise to plant one tree, would future generations inherit a greener world? Or would we discover that we started too late?